Hey guys, it's Will from Potato Strong. Just wanted to go back to basics and talk about what this channel is all about. Basically what I'm trying to do is help people who want to eat a plant-based diet, and more specifically a starch-based low-fat diet. The reason I'm doing that is it's very approachable, it's very doable by people who are eating a standard American diet, because they can eat foods that they're used to. Cooked foods like mashed potatoes, pizza, tacos, pasta. And so, you know, baked fries and burgers, veggie burgers. So they're modifications of what people typically eat. And starches are cheap, rice and potatoes, and you might have a lot of conceptions about preconceived ideas with regards to, you know, a plant-based or vegan diet, which is, it's too expensive, but most people are thinking about fruit and vegetables, which some of them can be expensive, but the main staple, which is going to be the potatoes, the rice, beans, are incredibly cheap, and they store well for long periods of time in a lot of cases. It's also going to be, I've got simple, easy recipes and a lot of convenience foods, in the sense that they're not packaged and unhealthy per se, but we're talking if you need to use frozen vegetables and fruit, even like peas, corn, broccoli, edamame, cauliflower, you know, whatever. And also canned food, so you can find canned beans if you want. So a lot of things that can make your life easy if you're busy. So all the ideas about it's too much work to cook or too expensive is really not really true. So that's the main focus, a starch-based diet that allows you to transition from a standard American diet. Some people are going to eat some of the meals that are starch-based raw till 4. So after 4 p.m. you're going to have some kind of a cooked meal. Some people may switch from a raw diet or a fruitarian diet to either raw till 4 or go starch-based. There's people that I've talked to who come to me from Furman, Dr. Furman. Maybe they didn't do as well on salads and vegetables, so they needed something more sustaining, which is where the starches come in. There's a lot of negativity out there right now about sugar, about carbohydrates in general, because they're trying to tell people what they want to hear about fat being great for them. Butter, you saw the Time magazine. What I can tell you, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just here to tell you what worked for me. So there's a lot of different ideas out there, but if you look at the science and if you look at the populations of large, trim, healthy people, like Dr. Medulla says, whenever you think about carbs and you're afraid to eat carbs, think about Africans eating rice and sweet potatoes, and Asians eating rice and vegetables as the main part of their diet. If they ever eat animal products, it's a small amount as a condiment, like fish, a little bit on there. Things are changing now where the Western diets are spreading, so I'm talking about at the stage when these civilizations were at the peak and living a long period of time. Just the basic idea that fat has 9 calories a gram and carbs are 4 or less calories a gram should tell you the density of the calories you're eating. A little bit of oil, hundreds of calories. It's just easy to add that to food, butter and fat and cheese. It's just pervasive. So I'm here to tell you that what I did mostly was just modify. I had a nacho dip, I made baked nacho chips. Instead of sour cream and cheese, I used other things. Took the cheese off the pizza. You swap out tacos for, you know, the meat in the tacos for refried beans or beans and rice. Instead of ice cream, banana ice cream. I make my own potato chips with potatoes at home. So what I'm trying to do is make this an approachable diet for people. So if there's women that, you know, their husband or their boyfriends don't want to do this, hopefully you can have them check out this channel. The reason I called it Potato Strong was I noticed Engine 2 Diet, Rip Esselstyn was calling it Plant Strong. So he's trying to show, you know, it's a strong, you know, these firefighters and that. But, so I just tweaked that a little bit because plants aren't as appetizing, let's say, as, you know, as potatoes, in just the word itself. So, and also, there's a concept that vegans are very weak, and there's people that left the vegan diet because they didn't eat enough calories. You have to eat a lot more volume of food. High calorie food like fat, animal products, fat and meat and dairy and fish and chicken, all that stuff, it's high in calorie in a small volume because, like I said, the 9 calories per gram. And when you eat carbohydrates, high carb, you have to eat more volume of food, which is amazing because most people, when they want to lose weight, they have to restrict, lower portions, cut their calories. So what I've been able to do is eat large portions. If you ever look at my Facebook page or Instagram or some of the YouTube videos, you'll see I eat big plates of French fries. They're baked. That's the difference. Potatoes are healthy on their own, but when you start adding oil and sour cream and all that stuff, you make potato chips out of it with oil and you put it in chips and dip, that's when it gets unhealthy. So it's not the carbs, it's not the potatoes that are making you fat. It's the fat. When they look at fat that's in your cells, in your butt, in your stomach, it's the fat, pretty much what you ate. They can tell what you ate. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You stick fat in here, and for some reason people think it's just going to disappear. But all of a sudden, but somehow when you eat healthy vegetables and fruit, that's going to turn to fat. So there's this mental block people have where they want to eat fat and they just can't understand the idea that if you stick grease and oil in here, it goes in your body, and your body's going to store that. It doesn't even have to do anything. It's like 97% of that fat just gets stored. There's no, I mean, if you're ingesting fat, your body doesn't have to do anything. Hey, I got fat, I'll just stick it in the store. It makes total sense. People don't want to stick bacon grease down the sink because it's going to plug it up, but they'll stick it in their mouth and think it's just going to disappear. And so it's really mind-blowing, just at a physical level, that when you ingest fat, somehow it's not going to get absorbed into your body. It's so easy for your body to just stick that in the fat cells without doing any work. Now, carbohydrates, your body's going to store that in the muscles for energy. It's going to convert it, and it's going to store glycogen for easy access. And it's not very easy to convert that to fat. So, and like I say, the calories per gram are less than half of what it is for fat. So what I'm trying to do is get people to go to a starch-based diet, plant-based diet, providing recipes. And I'm also trying to help with some of the mental mindsets that people have. Over the last year, I've been helping people on various forums, and there's a lot of denial. People can't accept the fact that what they're doing is hampering the results. There's a lot of minimization of what they're doing. They'll say, I had a pinch of this or a smidge of that. But if you're using oil at all, it's going to be in your house. A bottle of oil somewhere, it's going to get added. If you go to restaurants, there's going to be, I've seen so many posts when people go to restaurants, and even if they ask for something without oil or whatever, there's oil in there. It's in the sauces. It's in they put it in there by mistake. They're used to using oil and butter and salt and sugar to make it appetizing. People want that. So it's in the prepared foods ahead of time. I mean, they got to prepare for all these people in a restaurant, so there's stuff cooked ahead of time, sauces and things like that. So when people are trying to figure out why something didn't work for them, they tend to blame the carbs. They'll say, I should cut back on the starch, the potatoes, or cut back on the beans. And they're not thinking, did they go to restaurants? Did they order fast food at all? Did they go to any social functions? Are they eating more nuts? Most of us can't really moderate and control certain things. So you open the door and tell people to eat, they can eat a little bit of nuts, an ounce a day, which is a very small amount. And it's just easy to start snacking on those, and next thing you know, and you might not even be consciously aware of it. So what I try to tell people, what worked for me most of the time, is to eat 3 meals a day that are filling for hours. So 3-4 hours between meals. If you're getting hungry sooner than that, try to eat more. And like I say, potatoes are incredibly filling. They have the highest in the satiety index. So my suggestion is use that. If you want a snack, cook up some quartered potatoes. Try to avoid snacking in general, because snacking, eating a little bit of food is not really going to fill you up. So you have to eat enough to be satiated. So I mean, sometimes I'll eat a fruit or something like that just for the taste of it, not really like because I'm hungry. And that's the best way to go for me. I'm just telling you what worked for me. When I snack, I keep snacking and snacking, and I never get full because it's never enough. It's not a full meal, so you kind of eat 100 calories here, 200 there, it's just adding up. So as far as calories go, I just want to say that I don't count calories. I eat until I'm satiated, and it's a fair amount of food. So there's no counting, there's no portion control. That's really hard for people to accept. It's hard for them to accept that carbs are not the thing that's making them fat. So I'm here to tell you that don't worry about the carbs. Trust me and all the other people that are having success on this diet. Common sense. Look at the populations out there eating rice and beans and potatoes and sweet potatoes. They're lean. Look at the Western cultures eating meat and dairy and how heavy they are and all the diseases they have. So people, they might want to blame the beans and the starches, but there's probably other things that are going on. Alcohol. People, after talking to people for a while, they'll finally tell me that they'd like to drink wine every night, or and nowadays you got the big glasses of wine. It's just hundreds and hundreds of calories of extra calories. So I don't count calories. They do matter as a whole. Your body's great. Our bodies are designed to store excess calories as energy for feast and famine. So, but you don't want to be counting and worrying about that. You want to just eat until you're satiated, and that's what I'm here to tell you. And like I say, with some of the mental aspects, I try to help people with cravings, and like I say, I find equivalent. If you go to my website, potatostrong.com, there's some desserts there. There's things that you can eat, like banana ice cream. I've got breakfasts, pancakes, oatmeal, tofu scramble, which is great, with breakfast potatoes, all sorts of amazing meals, chili, tacos, pasta, Asian stir fries, baked fries, and then there's snacks, there's potato chips and rice pudding and all sorts of great stuff. It's an amazing lifestyle. And yeah, I do some exercise 2-3 times a week, nothing crazy. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Sometimes you got to go back to basics. Sometimes I don't know I haven't done a video for a little while for a few reasons, but one of them is you just run out of things to say, because all you want to tell people is all you have to do is eat potatoes and vegetables and just stick to it. That's the key. And give it time. Be patient. All right, guys, talk to you later.